Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for joining in, and in today's video I'm going to be going over the newly released horror film titled Night Swim. Now a couple of days ago it was announced that James Wan's Atomic Monster and Jason Blum's Blumhouse Productions decided to merge houses, and we're getting a taste of their first project since they branded together with Night Swim. In this video I'm going to do a quick recap and quick review of the movie and giving my thoughts and my first reactions as well. Like always, if you're messing with the content, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications and all of that. And now let's get started with the review of Night Swim. So in the movie Night Swim, this movie is directed by Bryce McGuire, starring Wyatt Russell, Kerry Condon, Amelie Hofferley, and Gavin Warren. Clocking in at 1 hour and 38 minutes, I thought this movie was a huge miss. Now I know the rating of PG-13 may have some horror fanatics be hesitant in coming out to see this film, but I just thought the storyline was very weak. See, now if you have a horror movie that's clocked in at PG-13 rating, you typically expect the storyline to kind of carry the movie a little bit, as there's not a lot of gore that's going to be shown throughout the movie. But yeah, the storyline was just very weak to me, and the plot didn't really have much going for it. All in all, this movie is about the Waller family who end up moving into a new house where they end up finding an unknown supernatural presence haunting their backyard swimming pool. Waller is a former baseball player who played for the Milwaukee Brewers, who gets diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, which forces him to retire. Him, alongside his wife Eve Waller and their two kids, Izzy and Elliot, decide to settle down in a permanent location where he can do physical therapy for his MS and his wife can work to support the kids. As Ray and Eve are on the lookout for a new place to stay, he gets insight from his doctor that he may need to do low-risk activities as a form of physical therapy, which may include walking, jogs, or swimming. This causes Ray to inquire about another house that includes a swimming pool in it. After Ray gets possessed by the supernatural spirit in the pool, the swimming pool ends up doing wonders for his rehab. He starts to work out, he starts to run, do weights, and even launches a baseball for a home run, giving him hope that he can return to the baseball diamond soon. This is how the pool gets its victims to not want to leave the house. This same pool has caused many disappearances with families that have moved in. Apparently, someone must be sacrificed in order to continue living in peace, and the person possessed by the supernatural spirit in the pool cannot even attempt to move or leave the house. Now, to be fair, the mother of the little girl in the beginning never really got the supernatural spirit out of her. See, the pool lures in people by showing things stuck at the bottom that the person looking into the pool would desire. The little girl in the beginning of the movie saw a boat, Ray Waller saw a baseball at the bottom, and etc. Now for one, I thought this movie went on way too long to set up the main story. The first hour could have been condensed in the span of 30 minutes, and it just felt like it was dragging. Now, during a neighborhood pool party that the Waller family decides to host, Ray Waller actually almost drowns one of the baseball coach's kids after he loses consciousness while swimming in the pool. Now, since the storyline was very weak, I thought the focus on the haunting of the pool was just very boring, honestly. Literally, my favorite parts of the movie were the ending when things start to ramp up with the possessed Ray Waller going after the family and his plan to sacrifice his son Elliot. I was more intrigued to learn about the little girl's mother's backstory in more depth. It would have been actually cool if her son came back and helped defeat the monster with them. I also liked the way the movie showed the characters being possessed by having them have black tears come out of their eyes and veins. Now, it would have also been cool if the pool tech had something to do with the sacrifices and the monster as well. You know, sometimes horror movies have that swerve where some minuscule character ends up actually becoming a part of the bigger picture, so it would have been interesting if the pool tech had something involved with that as well. There are just so many different ways the story could have popped off from a weak plot, but I just think they took the lazy way out by having Ray be sacrificed and then calling it a day. The Marco Polo spot in the trailer was probably the most jump scare this movie could possibly give someone watching it, which is actually pretty disappointing. I wasn't expecting much in this movie. You know, the trailer was just okay, but it just felt very lazily executed. It took so long for this movie to set up the chase scenes, just for the ending to fall flat and become disappointing. The jump scares were boring and predictable, and yeah, it was just a very boring horror film. Apparently, this movie was pushed for a theatrical release after the success of Megan. You know, Megan was such a dope horror film. Night Swim was not Megan. Now, just not that great of a horror film for me, and if I had to rate this film, I'd give this film a 5 out of 10 rating overall. So that is my review of Night Swim. Like always, let me know in the comments how you thought of the movie. If you did enjoy the movie, let me know in the comments below. If you didn't like the movie, still let me know in the comments below. And like always, thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you give a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. Thank you all for listening. This was my review, my quick recap of Night Swim, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.